Let's go live now to Independent Member for North Sydney, Kylea Tink. Thanks for joining us. A rare day when you see a Prime Minister, a former PM, giving a valedictory. I just wonder what your reflections are on that and whether a Teal Independent might be competitive in the seat of Cook.
Well, I don't know that that's for me to comment today. I think what is important is that any ex-Prime Minister deserves our thanks and our respect. And I think, as we heard the member for Cook speak this afternoon, there's much that he is proud of in his service of this nation. So I wish him all the very best. It is lovely to see his wife and children in the chamber. I do think that, at the moment we are in a different era of politics, and the 2022 election gave us that insight into what potentially communities are looking for. And, if the community of Cook wants to run an independent, I say go for it, but that is a decision for the community of Cook to make. And as I said, I echo everybody's well wishes today to the outgoing member for Cook. Thank him for his service and look forward to seeing who will join us in this chamber for the rest of this parliamentary term.
Today, you and fellow independent David Pocock have launched a push to try and ban insurers, life insurers, from discriminating based on an individual's DNA. I was reading into this and was quite surprised at and disturbed by some of these examples. How widespread is this sort of discrimination, and are you confident you will be able to put in legislation to stop it?
Kieran, this is actually a really important issue, and it's almost completely incomprehensible in today's modern day and age. The truth of the matter is we now have the science that can ensure that we live longer, that we are able to predict the diseases that people may face, and we're able to treat diseases much more effectively. However, we live in this really ironic situation at the moment that if you take the right steps to get that genetic testing done, the truth of the matter is that insurance companies can choose to use that data against you to discriminate against you. And it needs to be called. It's discrimination. The really disturbing truth in that is that what we have is people who are choosing not to get these tests because they're worried they'll be denied life insurance, that their premiums will go too high. We need to stop it. The government knows this barrier exists. The government has it within its power to regulate this sector. The sector is asking to be regulated. They're ready for the government to step in and say that there should be no allowance of genetic testing when it comes to underwriting insurance premiums. Yet, for some reason, we're still waiting for the government to make these moves. So we've seen it happen in Canada. They've managed to bring in a total ban of genetic testing when it comes to underwriting insurance. There's been no movement in premiums, so I'm going to preempt that scare campaign that I imagine is likely to come up somewhere along the line. But at the end of the day, it clears the way for people to use this new genomic science to have longer, healthier lives. To answer your question on will the government do it, to be honest, my key concern, and I think Senator Pocock's key concern, is that we may see the government take a weaker position here and only do a partial ban. A partial ban would be a disaster for our nation because doctors are not in a position, nor do they have the time, to explain to people when their insurances may or may not be at risk.